Jackson Warrior, old Persian, who subsequently beat Cross Counter in the Great Voltager at York. So you might look at it and think, oh, well, that's good form, but actually it's kind of been unravelled since. Latrobe went to the Jumpmont International at York, took on our good horses over 2,000 metres and was well beaten. 10 lengths he finished off the leaders.
So that's my question mark, just the 2,000 metres. Is Latrobe going to be sharp enough against these other horses over that distance?
To give himself a chance, he would have to go forward and make it a staying test, but I've heard that that's not the plan.
And Blair House is interesting because when he went to Royal Ascot a couple of years ago, he ran in that Royal Hunt. He wasn't really a classics horse. He's been a later developer. But Huey, you just have to be impressed with this because of what Ben Battle and what he did with Winks and the Cox Plate.
Well, you have to be impressed, and Ben Battle franked the form.
Yeah, this was impressive by Blair House, wasn't it?
That was.
So he's right there. Is he good enough?
Yeah, well, they decided not to go to the Cox Plate with Blair House, probably because they knew that Ben Battle would probably be the man, and a certain mare that we know is quite good by the name of Winks would have beaten him, but that's why they come here, and it looks like a really good option because it's not the strongest field and he should have a great chance.
If you ran Ben Battle in this race, he's star favourite, and he was beaten that far.
Well, he is favourite Blair House.
Yeah.
What about Shillelagh? Now, she's won 2 big miles here. Flemington suits her. No,
Her record here is fantastic.
Yeah, it takes a good mare to win this, Huey, a really good mare. Is she good enough?
I think, for me, it's more of a question mark about the distance than the class, to be honest. I mean, the record here is brilliant, but she hasn't been to 2,000 before, and I think she's taking on better horses this week than last week. She was given a gun ride by James McDonald last week as well.
I'm with you on that. I think she's a great mare, but I think she might be a little out of her depth here.
Okay, well, let's find out. It was a gun ride by James McDonald, and speaking of James McDonald, he's riding her again today, and he's with Richo.
James McDonald, Shillelagh's a fascinating runner in the Mackinnon. Could she run a really strong 2,000?
Well, we'll find out soon, but I suggest she would. She's by Savabell, which will help her cause, and her run here last Saturday was brilliant. She suggests she'll appreciate her a bit further anyway. So even though she's taken on some really tough old geldings who's proven at the highest level, she's proven at the highest level, and I think she'll cope really well.
And she seems to be relaxing nicely, so the 2,000 she can run it right out?
Yeah, let's hope so anyway. So time will tell, but this is her first time over the trip, which is quite surprising really. She's 7 years old, so I'm not too sure the reasons why she hasn't been stretched out.
Good luck, mate.
Thanks.
7-year-old mares, we know all about those. It's quite remarkable. Winks at 7, Shillelagh at 7. We've not only got an Irish Derby winner, we've actually got a Victoria Derby winner. We've never had a Victoria Derby winner as a 3-year-old run in the race, obvious reasons. The race was on the same day. So how does Extra Brute line up for you guys? I mean, is this strong enough form?
I don't think it is, personally.
I don't really think it is because this was a fast-run derby over 2,400 metres. He's coming back in trip. He's going up in grade, older horses. Look, if he managed to win here, he would be a great performance. He's only got 51 kilos as opposed to the majority who've got 59 here, so that brings him into it a bit.
One thing beating up on spring 3-year-olds, it's another thing trying to beat up on these old stages. They're hardened old coots, these fellas.
He is from the Darren Weir stable, though, and that has to carry a lot of respect.
And he ran Cliff's Edge in the race last year, Darren, off the Vars, and Cliff's Edge was in front with about 80 metres to go. I reckon he's in the mix, and he's been heavily backed today. So they're the major players, we think, don't we, for the Mackinnon today. So Blair House, well, can he continue the unbelievable run for Charlie Appleby and Godolphin? He's the favourite. What about Latrobe? It would be something if the Irish Derby winner could come here and win our Mackinnon. And Shillelagh, well, the last mare to win it was in 2001. Not easy to do. Big players, all 3 of them, in the Mackinnon.
Over the next few years, Seven continues to be the destination for premium Australian thoroughbred racing. It kicks off in summer with the Star Magic Millions Carnival, which is highlighted by the $10 million race day on the 12th of January.
Sunlight goes for home. She's won the Magic Millions.
In February, the first Group 1 of the new year is the CF4 Stakes at Caulfield, which kicks off the Victorian Festival of Racing, featuring 5 Group 1 days, culminating in Super Saturday at Flemington.
Redkirk Warrior going with it. Redkirk's going to get up.
4 massive days of the Sydney Autumn Carnival will all feature on 7, beginning with the Golden Slipper, the richest 2-year-old race in the world, followed by the championships. $20 million in prize money over 2 spectacular days of racing.
Here we go.
richest race on turf. Followed by the Caulfield Cup and the Cox Plate. The race Winx has made her own for the last 4 years.
Cometh the hour! Cometh the legend! Winx has done it!
Over 20 Group 1 race days alongside our partner Racing.com, the Screens of 7 are the destination for the best Australian racing both on and off the track.
Yes, it's fantastic.